This time on NTS Adventures.
Okay, so this time you're going to cycle around after you've done, okay? So basically you're going to get up like this and you're going to see the target. Safety, boom. And that's it, okay? We're going to shoot 2 in succession.
Yeah.
Can you get the brand on that? Or can you get in there without stepping on something or hitting your head on something or breathing in a dangerous dust that'll cause aspergillus and you have to get half your lung removed in the future? Life is good! Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another edition of NTS Adventures. Beautiful afternoon here in the Ottawa Valley, October 16th, 13 degrees. Could not go out today on the land and try and get some partridge. Of course, I got one of my favorite hunting partners with me, my daughter Cassidy. She's hanging out with me. It's kind of a shakeout right now. First time out for birds. Making sure everything's running well. Had a complete rebuild done on the engine on the CF Moto here in the spring. Hasn't had a real good run since, so we're not going to stray too far from the truck in the event we need to walk back, but we're going to give her a go anyway. It seems to be running fine right now, and hopefully it'll stay running fine. Stay tuned for about 20 minutes, everybody. You never know. We might shoot a bird or two. Hang in there. pretty incredible. This is normally actually a pretty big pond. Like seriously, if you look on the top right of the screen, you'll see a picture of when Mark buried his side-by-side in here 3 or 4 years ago in the spring. And even through this time of year, normally when I'm hunting, I get to the other side of that because I'm going back now, but if I'm coming in, I get to the other side of it, I turn around because I just don't want to navigate it or negotiate it, because it's just, you can get stuck pretty easily in here. But I can't believe how dried up this is right now. This is an actual road. Unbelievable. There's been literally no rain in weeks and weeks and weeks, and this is the result. As a matter of fact, one of the trees back there is one of the ones I ended up cutting so I could get over it to get to the other side a few years ago. Anyway, carry on. Well, we've been booting around for about an hour now. Cassidy's pulling thorns out of her butt right now. They went right through your jeans. What kind are they?
I don't know.
Anyway, we stopped. We're going to do some plinking here, just to kind of shake out the old marksmanship principles, cobwebs, if you will. And then we'll get back at her. We won't be here long. We'll blast a few and we'll be on our way. Okay, for shotgun, there's 2 ways of loading it. There's a single shot way, which basically you can just throw it in here like this, right? And then it's going to pick it up like that, right? So that's ready to go. That's kind of the slow motion version of it. But ideally, the proper way, that was kind of a demonstration of a speed load in slow motion, if you will. But this is the magazine here, right? Which is this tube here, so you can put your rounds in here. And then once there's one in there, I chamber it.
So it can hold 3?
Yeah. It's 3 is the maximum, right? So one in the chamber. So this is an old gun. Grandpa hunted with this gun. Yeah, he used to hunt geese with it. Anyway, let's see if we can blast this target here. Spread your feet a little bit. Remember I showed you this before, a little bit bend to your knees. And then bend forward slightly. There you go. Right, and then when you're ready to shoot, you take it off safe and squeeze the trigger. Right here, make sure you're absorbing this right in here. Right in there. Okay, lean forward a little bit. There you go. Pick up that sight. And pick it up and then shoot that deer in the head. Make sure you put your safety off when you're ready to shoot. It should be fluid. Safety off. Yep. Yep. Press it over. And then squeeze that trigger right on. Lean right into it. There you go. Now action it. Just pull that back. There you go. And then that pulls it out. And then put it back in. There you go. That's it. You want to do another one? Come on. Let's do another one. So for those of you who may or may not be getting worked up about the fact that I'm letting my daughter shoot a 16 gauge, just for the record, I'm a certified Canadian firearms instructor. I'm also a military small arms instructor, and I'm also an RCMP firearms instructor for pistol, shotgun, and carbine. So I think she's in good hands in terms of safety. Haters will be haters. Okay, so this time you're going to cycle around after you've done, okay? So basically you're going to get up like this and you're going to see the target. Safety, boom. And that's it, okay? We're going to shoot 2 in succession. So remember, that's why it's important you want to make sure you're kind of leaning into it a little bit, so it becomes a natural reaction, right like that. So you're kind of like, you're sitting here like this.
Yeah, he just was there, he flew up and then went into the grass.
Is it filming?
Yeah. Nothing?
No. I heard something moving back there, so he could have been moving.
Yeah, it was like right in this area.
And he flew up and landed over there?
No, he flew up and landed into this area.
Oh.
He was like here.
Oh.
And then he went in there.
Oh. Oh well, the hunt continues. I think I might have been here last year in one of last year's videos, but just mentioned the same thing. I had mentioned, like, this is really the part of out driving around in the bush that I really like. Find a bird, that's a bonus, but it's just exploring all these old places, you know, and trying to think about the story. Who was here? Why were they here? How long did they stay? Were they just getting away from society? You know, were they sick? Were they terminally ill? Were they mentally ill? Lots of unanswered questions for sure. But again, not a very well designed place, but obviously it was home for somebody for quite some time. Just basically made from whatever they could find on the land, I suppose, meaning scrap and material, not natural resources obviously, but yeah, it's always interesting to come back into these places. And Cass is going to go in there and she's going to find a dead body, and then we're going to have to secure the scene here for hours and hours and hours. Gee, thanks, Cass. That's my curious daughter. She's always trying to figure out what's in these places. This is what she does. She loves it. Can you at least get a peek in there, I wonder?
Wow.
stuff in there, eh? Was that a wood stove back there?
Yeah, there is a whole wood stove. There was one at that other camp that Mason and I found too. There was one there.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you get the brand of that? Or can you get in there without stepping on something or hitting your head on something or breathing in a dangerous dust that'll cause aspergillus and you have to get half your lung removed in the future?
I hope not.
There's no name on it, eh?
Brand.
Did it look like somebody was set up there for any length of time?
I'd say.
Yeah.
Here, give me the thing.
Here.
I think what I'm looking at is some sort of foldable bed thing, maybe?
Oh. Is that a wheelbarrow?
Mm-hmm. Lots of shelves, tools, rope.
Interesting.
I'm gonna get out of here though, because it's kind of hard to breathe.
It's musty a bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, always interesting to find these places, I find anyway. I'm a geek like that though. When the birds aren't participating, we find our own entertainment. It's that simple. Cassidy is pretty dialed in when it comes to going on the land. She truly is. Quite proud of her and my son for how prepared they are. But this is her emergency kit.
I even have a saline flush in there.
So what do you give us a quick brief on everything you got in here, Cass?
Okay, so tensor bandage, life straw, everything's falling out.
Life straws.
Some gloves, scissors. Actually, I think these are suture removal.
Okay.
But they will work for whatever you need. These are all different first aid kits, like for burns, different things like pokes, blankets.
Well, you don't have to rip it right apart, Cass.
But yeah, and then like little
OXO cubes or whatever.
Yeah.
Tourniquet too?
Yeah, tourniquet.
Holy cow.
These are sterile gloves, which wouldn't be sterile anymore, but whatever. Chlorhexidine, I think this is. Got all sorts of things.
Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. And you carry bear spray. And then you also
this is
have
dog spray.
Like you said, this is your
life straw.
Life straw, which is what? What is? Tell everybody what that does.
You basically put it in.
Yeah.
And you drink from the water, and it
purifies
it. And then I also have these water purifying tablets.
Okay.
And yeah.
Wow. So
in there?
Obviously I'm in good hands if I get shot by another hunter. Well, my friends, I think that's going to be it for today. We hit the bush for about 3.5, 4 hours. Cass saw one partridge, and that was it. But Still a good day nonetheless. Like I said, it was more of a shakeout than anything. Got my trigger lock here. Make sure I put that on. But anyway, like I've said before, honestly, it doesn't really matter because anytime I get to spend the day out with one of my two children, it really doesn't matter whether I catch fish or shoot birds. It's just important to spend quality time with them. Anyway, trigger lock is on. What's that?
How do you get this one?
Here. Anyway, that's all I got for you, everybody. Stay tuned. Fall is always a good time on the channel. We're going to be hitting some inland lakes here soon. I think probably this weekend for some splake and a couple more days hunting for sure. Life is hard, everybody. Have some fun and make sure you support your troops. I'll see you next time on NTS Adventures. Colin out. Job done. Life is good.